My name is Anpu Moon, and you're watching The Dark Side of the Moon. What is this? Disney Channel? Hell no. But anyways, welcome back. This is a new episode. Today we're going to be talking about just some updates on my abstinence journey / semen retention journey. It has been an up and down battle dealing with my demons. I've now officially made it to 1 year of abstinence. Not 1 year semen retention, but we will touch on that a little bit later in the video. So first, I want to talk about my goals when I started this abstinence journey. It was formally an act of self-love, really to come back to myself. And I was going through a little breakup at the time. And so I really wanted to empower myself to jump back into my body so that I can feel happy, and understand what I needed to learn from the relationship, what I needed to let go from the relationship, what did no longer serve me, and just coming back to a happier place. It's been an up and down journey, this whole journey. But I will say that as I get into it further, it is definitely showing its benefits. I feel amazing. That's not to say that every day I feel amazing, but for the most part, I'm good. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned some of my habits, some of my dangerous habits that are bad for keeping my momentum going. Another one of my goals was really breaking free from pornography. I really was addicted to porn. It was literally it used to be 45 times a day, every day. That's how much I was depleting myself. And I hadn't realized how that was affecting my psyche sexually. With women, I wasn't a dirtbag or nothing, but I just was just hyper sexualizing everything, and I always wanted to have sex type shit. But once I started to cut that out of my life and move forward from it, it allowed me to free up a lot of space in my mind, and that space was filled up with more things that I liked to do, more things that I didn't really know about myself. A lot of my art started to develop a lot more. I was already a phenomenal artist, but my confidence shot up about my art, I always had a little low confidence here and there. Despite me being all raw on social media and shit, I definitely got a whole lot more confident, not just in art, but just in all areas of my life, because once you get to know yourself more, you're like, oh, okay, I'm a powerful motherfucker. God gave me this ability. God gave me this body. God gave me my looks. That's another thing too. My looks. The semen really does, keeping the semen inside of your body and having that retention. It allows your body to morph in a sense, because it's DNA sits in your body, right? And the prana, if you want to call it, sits in your body as a man, and that energy has to go places. So it goes in the development of your body. It heals your organs. It helps facilitate a lot of energy. It deepens your voice. Grows some hair on your face. You know what I mean? Even though I cut it off, I like this look. I like the mustache on top, but. A couple weeks ago, I had the full beard and shit, and I was like, bro, I feel like a grown ass man. But then I cut it off because I just wanted a new look, because I'm an Aquarius, I switch it up a lot. Nonetheless, yeah. So I also do a semen retention, which was even though I was on my abstinence journey, I still felt like I still need to connect with myself, and that's very important still, But I kept tying porn back in, even though I was trying so hard to cut it out. It's my internal addiction, I'm not heavy on drinking. I'm not a heavy drug taker. I might take LSD here and there, but honestly, I haven't taken LSD in a very long time. I like shrooms, like smoking weed, but I barely do those things too. So really my addiction is playing too many video games. To be really honest here. And porn. Yeah, that's it. And then I had addiction to falling in love. I'm not gonna lie. Well, I won't say falling in love. I would say just dealing with women. And when I started to reroute a lot of my energy back to myself, I really started to fall in love with myself a lot more, and I just thrived in my own energy. So I felt good being alone, you know, like I felt, I'm not saying I didn't get lonely here and there, you know, but I definitely felt a lot more, like I can be here, and there's other things I can do to entertain myself. Yeah, so, what else? What else was there to discuss? Okay, yeah, I discussed that. So something I noticed about keeping my semen inside of myself, not only did I feel a lot more empowered, but I felt deeply connected and supported by the world and the universe. Like, it's really hard to explain and put into words, but it's more like a feeling, you know? And it's almost like God itself was like bringing people around me to help support my and facilitate the journey. Like, the longer I held it inside of me, it was like more magnetic I was. And so, like, to say that I wanted somebody to help me figure some aspect of my life out, I could just ask, and that person would be like, come the next day, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck, this is crazy. Or just people coming up to me and telling me things or bringing me things that I didn't even ask for myself, but I didn't know I even needed for myself, but it still came, you know. I definitely felt supported in that area. And something I noticed that when I would release my semen, like, I started doing tantric masturbation. It's basically where you don't come at all, but your body feels it. It's like a body orgasm or some shit like that. And I've been experimenting with that. I'm not so good at it. I'm not gonna cap, but I have had my moments where I feel it, like it's like my body like flusters with energy, and like when I feel it, I think of like what I want to manifest and what I want to bring into my life, because it's like magic, you know. It's like a deep manifestation, and then I just let it go, and then I move on. But yeah, something I noticed, like when I watch porn and I like jack off or whatever, I feel, not, you know, every man feels the deep guilt, the deep guilt after doing that shit. But not only it was like a deep guilt on my level, it was almost like the universe was looking down at me, because like I had made pacts with myself. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna jack off to porn. Like I would still be able to jack off, but not to porn. It was supposed to be a tantric thing, not supposed to, you know, I still have to figure myself out. I still have to not just figure myself out, but like be at peace with myself, you know, and explore myself sexually and understand myself sexually, because that is like part of our journey, you know, like it's part of us. We are sexual beings. Sorry, I'm reading this message. But yeah, we are sexual beings at the end of the day. It's like part of our creation energy, you know, like we create and another one create, you know what I mean? Creating, drawing, or working, that's creating too, you know, talking, that's creating. You're creating things every day. And you know, you got your sexual energy creation, you know, make babies. You know, and then when you hold that power, you hold that shit inside of yourself, it like empowers that other side of your life as well, you know, like you build it. And it manifests a lot of different ways and facets. Another thing is it's been helping me mature a lot more. It's been helping me develop my masculinity a lot more, which in turn helps with relationships with women, platonic and non-platonic. And it makes things a lot more clear, and like my role gets clearer. And not only that, but like I bring this energy to the table where when I'm by a woman, she can be in her most feminine self, and I can be my masculine self, and it makes the energy flow, it makes the conversations flow, it makes the whole situation just flow. And not only that, but it's like little things here and there. You know, the flirting is effortless. I don't have to think no shit out. It just be going, you know, and it don't matter. I don't have to say much, and my energy just brings it to the table. Yeah. So those are some things that I've experienced while being on this semen retention / abstinence journey. Another thing I will put out there is I've been trying to kind of generate a plan, because you know, we sit in there and have that semen retention energy for a very long time. There are people who don't come for like very long times, but I think it's still very much good that we do, because it's like a life and death cycle, you know. It's like from being in the new moon to the full moon. You know, the full moons and everything is like, everything is seen, you know, everything is highly energetic. You know, people are wigging the fuck out, you know. And the new moon is like everything's starting anew, fresh and new. So I'm really trying to plant and see, like, do I do tantric on the new moon or tantric on the full moon? I feel like it's kind of like something that, you know, as men have to kind of move with, in a sense, to create this cycle behavior. That way we can cycle things out of our life and cycle things into our life, and just kind of go along with the rebirth cycle. But yeah, that's just something I've been thinking about as well. Also, like, financially, like, it has everything to do with what we feel on the inside, like what we attract and all the thoughts and stuff. Because I've been able to generate ideas while being like supercharged by my own holding out, you know, and I've been able to like put things together in my mind. I'm like, okay, I can go do this, and this will bring in a large amount of income. And then I go and do those things, and I literally get supported by the universe, because like the universe is feeding information into my head for like, it's like a transmutation of sense, because that's essentially what magic is anyway, you know. I'm giving something to receive something, and I'm like giving away my pleasure to receive like other things, you know, like things that I need, and being able to go forward in my career, you know, by giving up. It's like giving up time, you know. You gotta develop. If I'm an artist, I'm an artist, obviously. But you know, I have to give up my time to make music. That in itself is transmutation. So it's like, it's the same thing generally, you know. Yeah, so I mean, ain't nothing too much about that. I'm gonna call an end to my abstinence journey at 2 years, so that's gonna be next summertime. It hasn't really been that hard to not have sex, really, to be completely honest. At one point in time, it kind of was when I was breaking off from it, which is like the initial phases. But now that I'm like so far away from it, it's like I feel energy so heavy now that I have to be careful about who I touch. Not who I touch, like I can be straight. When somebody touch me, you know, I'm good. You know, so you touch my shoulder, you touch my hand, you touch my face, like I'm good. You know, but once you start like doing that penetration energy shit, you start inviting like whoever and whatever energies that individual has, you know. So like it's made me so much more careful about who I have around me, who I am. Like what woman I'm penetrating. Let's keep it real honest. Like, and like I'm developing myself at such a fast pace now, and really just breaking a lot of the molds, and really coming into my legacy and shit, and really developing myself and saying fuck it, and I'm getting up. Now some days I don't get up, you know, I be having to relax, because you know you have to relax, you can't just be going. But generally it's like, you know, I am basically saying I'm becoming who I'm supposed to become, and to live my life out, And I can't just be fucking anybody. I can't just be having a bunch of women and all this energy coming in and out of my place. You know, like, it all matters. So, with that being said, it makes it so much easier to not just be giving my energy out. Like, I'll finish my 1 year up before I do anything. That way I can really assess the situation and assess who the fuck I'm talking to. You know, and peep all the red flags, all the game, what can be developed, what is there, you know. And yeah, it's just like, you know, I got that appreciation. I got a little more I don't know the word I'm looking for, but I'll just keep it at appreciation. Like, we got a lot more of appreciation for that energy. And yeah. See if there's anything else I want to talk about pertaining to that journey. No, it's pretty much that simple. Everything I said is pretty much how I've been feeling. But I will say, like, once I've been holding it in for a minute, like, I started to become a little chaotic in my mind, in a sense. Like, if I don't go run a mile, if I don't run a mile, bro, I'm gonna be feeling anxious. Like, I'm gonna be, like, I feel the energy, like, it's so much energy, so I gotta, like, put it into something, you know. I can't just be sitting around with it, or I'll end up just going back to porn and making it come out, you know. But even at that point in time, that's when I tried to practice Tantra, but even in that standpoint, like, you're supposed to almost reach peak and then not let peak go. But, you know, that's kind of hard, at least right now for me, until I fully understand and grasp how to not let it go out. Because, you know, you hold it for a very long time, you don't understand how much you be holding in. And it's just like a volcano. The volcano been dormant for 3,000 years, and that motherfucker can't hold no more. It's full, nigga. You tell him about to hold it. I'm about to kill all these people who bought the volcano. Like, me as the volcano. Yo, that's not funny, but it is. But it's not though. Just that analogy is just funny, you know. If it was some cartoon or some shit, like on Adult Swim. But nonetheless, yeah, so I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna keep supporting myself through and through. And I pretty much learned that once I lost a lot of friends and stuff, like, just based on how I was acting and how they were acting, and then just being like, alright, dog, I'm just about to deuce, I'm out, you know, and then I'm developing myself at such a fast pace, and it really, like I said, it really matters who I have around me, because, you know, one weak link can really make your whole shit suffer, make your whole life just kind of topple over, and I'm just not interested in having that happen anymore. That's not to say bad things won't come into my life, but at least I'll have the team and the people around me and who won't make it worse. You know what I mean? And we can all help each other out. That's generally the idea. Yeah, thank you for watching this. Make sure you hit that like and that subscribe, and make sure to check my website out. It is pretty cool. I have to go and adjust some things though, but, you know, I can get there. I ain't worried about it. Make sure you join my email list. It's only 8 people in that guy right now. We need to turn that up, because that is unacceptable. I'm giving y'all free game. Least y'all can do is support. Yeah. Anyways, much love, peace, and y'all be safe.